everyone! My name is Amanda and today I have my September wrap-up and my October TBR. So we are well into autumn right now and I'm not loving it, to be honest. I'm not really an autumny girl. I don't like rain and I don't like cold and I just prefer the summer forever and always. But that doesn't mean I haven't read anything this month. I have read 4 books, which is on point with my Goodreads goal, which is a book a week. But I wish I had read some more. I mean, I'm still kind of in a reading slump and I'm slowly working my way out of it. But still, 4 books. I really enjoyed what I read, so let's just talk about it, shall we? So the first book I read this month was The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas, the novella collection, the prequels to the Throne of Glass novels. I am the biggest fan of Throne of Glass. I loved it and I thought this was going to get me into the right mood, but I did not enjoy it as much as the actual books. I mean, I really liked it, but I felt like it was actually only 2 of the 5 novellas that really meant anything to me. I could not stand Selena in the first 3. She was just super annoying and that was so sad because Selena is my favorite main character of all time and she was just a brat. She was so spoiled and could not stand her. But she made up for it in the last 2, I think. They were really on point. But the overall book, I would say I have to give a 3.5 to 4 stars. Not as good as the Throne of Glass novels, unfortunately, in my book. So the next book I picked up, I wanted some more fantasy and I wanted to hop on the bandwagon with Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and this follows a girl where in this world there are Grisha, which are people with magic basically, and they are the king's army, sort of. They are under the command of a man called a Darkling, and we don't really know much about him in the beginning of the book. Our main character, Alina, are a map maker and she is going to cross something called the Unsea, which is basically a desert where, I don't know, there are really deadly creatures there and it's all very mysterious. But then something happens and the story takes off and Elena is not who she thinks she is, and so on and so on. It is set in a Russian environment, which is really cool. It's very different and I really liked Elena, the main character, even though I had some problems with her at times. But still, really enjoyed her. The Darkling, really enjoyed, really complex character and can't wait to see where the story is going because I really enjoyed it and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So the next book I picked up was a book that a friend lent out to me that she wanted me to read, and it is Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rivka Brunt, and I really enjoyed this book. It was really special and I really connected to the characters. It is a contemporary and it is about a girl and her uncle, which she has a very special and very close relationships with. He dies in AIDS and it is just her process about dealing with her loss. Also, she feels kind of distant from her family and it's really about family dynamics and friendship and loneliness. Very much about loneliness, and like I said, it was really good. I think this book should be talked about a lot more in BookTube because it is definitely worth a read. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars and I would really recommend it to any contemporary lovers out there because it's different and it's fantastic. So the next book I read was the best book of the month and it was Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas, and this book was fantastic. It was everything I wanted it to be and so much more. I'm not gonna go into the plot at all because it's spoilers, but if you have not read this series or started this series, you need to get on the bandwagon because it's so good. It's hyped, but it's worth the hype. It is so worth the hype, guys. It's amazing. This Elena I love is back in this book if you compare it to the prequel novellas, and it was fantastic. I love the new characters, I love where the plot was going and can't wait for the next book. Can't believe that it's so long until the next book comes out. how am I going to deal with life? I don't know. So moving on to my October TBR, I hope to read some more in October than I did in September. I am currently reading Eon by Alison Goodman, and I feel like I am on a YA fantasy roll, so I'm just gonna roll with it and pick up another fantasy YA. This book is about dragons and a boy called Eon who trains to be a dragon something keeper something, but his secret is that he is actually a she called Iona, and girls aren't allowed to do magic or do anything with dragons, and it seems really amazing. I love dragons, so I'm really excited. The next book I'm going to be reading is The 52nd by Della. I can't really pronounce the name. I was sent this for review. This is an ARC, an advanced reader copy, and that is just so cool. It's so cool. I can't believe she actually asked me to read her book. It is about sacrifice and human sacrifice, and every so year 52 people are going to be sacrificed to the gods. But Lucas, our main character, he meets this girl that are to be sacrificed, and he really wants to save her, and it's about they trying to get rid of sacrificing. I don't know. It seems really different, it seems really fun, and I can't wait to read it. There will be a review coming up for this book around the release date, which is October 27th, and yeah, stay tuned for that. Like I said, I read Shadow and Bone in September, so of course I needed to get my hands on Siege and Storm, also by Leigh Bardugo. I need to see what happens in this series. It's gonna be fantastic to see what happens to Alina and Maul and the Darkling and the country, the realm, the place where they live. It's gonna be fantastic. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be awesome. The last book I'm quickly going to show you is another book that we are reading for school, and that is The Lord of the Flies by William Golding. I am reading this for my Swedish A course, that is why I'm reading it in Swedish, and haven't gotten that far into it yet, about 50 pages. I am enjoying it. I'm getting there. So that was actually all the books I will be talking about in this video. Have you read any of these books? I would love to hear your thoughts on them, or which of them do you want to read? I'm out of breath. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, because that would help me out a lot. Do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see all of you guys in my next video, so stay tuned. Bye!